Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? We're watching on China YouTube. We are watching on China YouTube. Everybody, do me a favor and hit the like button. Everybody, hit the like button if you would, please. Hit the like button. I'm just fighting this sickness still. I should be better tomorrow, everybody. So today's special, before I get into the video, is going to be if you get a trifold for 20 bucks and I ship it to you from LA, you have to write in the notes, do you want another trifold with your order for free? Or do you want a set of Fifth Amendment cop cards? I'm giving people the choice now. I know the cop cards are 10 bucks and the trifolds are 20, but a lot of people love these cards because they're just like a credit card, just like your driver's license, your credit card. They're exactly like it. They go in your wallet. You only pull out the yellow, black, and blue cards when the cop's standing in front of you. So that's today's special. When you order your trifold for 20 bones, tell me if you want another trifold with your order, or tell me if you want a cop card with your order. Oops, sorry about that. A little loud right there. Apologize. My apologies. How is everybody? Did everybody hit the like button? Did everybody hit the like button? So that's for people who who come to the channel and they're not here at the live, and the channel opens and they're like, what's this about? Well, what we do here specifically is we make sure that you don't end up going to the dungeon when you get pulled over by the piggies. So this man is going to refuse to get out of the car. He's going to refuse. One last favor from y'all, and then we're going to get right into this video. If you would, please, would everybody type into the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. OTVO, if you would, please. You won't get notifications. YouTube China does not want me sharing with you guys the truth, how to make sure you don't get jacked up by these pigs. Now, this thing right here, this video is very telling. All right. There's several parts in here where you realize that it's a scheme. It's a scheme to get you. Let's get right into it. Here's a pig hiding on the side of the road, ready to get somebody. He's sitting on the side of the road, radaring people. That's what we pay people to do, to sit there to try to get you. That's what he's doing. Now he's got somebody, so he's going to pop it in gear. And then he has to drive like a maniac, turn on his emergency lights, mess up everything, because they got to get you. They got to get you.
Northbound, just north of Outta on the median. Wisconsin Fleet Plate 16306 A Adam F Frank T Top. 41 northbound, just north of Outta.
Pretty good. What? Transfer.
All right, roll the window down. Yeah, you do. Okay. You also are sitting in traffic right now, so you're going to need to move a little further onto the shoulder, okay?
He pulled over on the wrong side of the road. You yield to the right-hand side of the road. And they're on what looks like a freeway to me.
319 Fond Lag, 1043. Roll me another unit, 930.
Roll me another unit. Send another cop out here.
3 drivers.
Drivers refusing to roll the window down. Why do you think that is, Copper? How come you think that is? Why do you think people don't want to roll down the window with you there? How come?
Need your license, registration, proof of insurance.
And look at that cop. He's a character. He's got his little, I mean, if this is your look, God bless you, but this is also the look of a douchebag pig. Just look at the look he's got with his silly mustache.
Pulled you over today for speed, okay? Had you going 109 miles an hour back there, man? Huh? 109. Yeah, you were. Okay, roll the window all the way down.
Didn't that pig go 109 to catch him?
Roll the window all the way down. Roll the window all the way down. Right now.
I don't have to roll it all the way down, sir. Do I have a warrant?
I don't know. I'm going to check that.
Then let me go.
No, roll the window all the way down. I need proof of insurance.
Proof of insurance? This is a rental car.
Okay, I need the rental agreement then. Okay, you got the rental agreement?
Yes, sir.
Slide that out. Yeah, I need to look at that. Where's the actual agreement? Yeah. I need a copy of the rental agreement. Roll the window all the way down. Roll the window all the way down. Roll the window all the way down, dude. Yeah, you do. You know what? You're not free to leave. Stay here.
See, it's stuff like that. You're not free to leave. It's just shit like that. You don't.
Traffic stop 21 northbound in Lost Arrow, requesting another unit, 733, 41 in Lost Arrow.
319 Farlock.
Go ahead.
Just for your 43, the driver is wearing body armor.
Stand for.
The driver's wearing body armor? I didn't see the body armor. Did you? Maybe he is. I watched this last night. I didn't see any body armor.
District 3 to Fond du Lac County endpoint. District 3 to Fond du Lac County endpoint.
Okay.
Please. Logged in resources. Can you just run a CH and check for any felony convictions, please? Drive logged in resources.
Okay, so now there's a couple of things here that are kind of important that I want to point out because there's bigger points I'm going to make at the end of this video. But listen to what he says right here, and then you can correlate that to yourself.
The driver I have logged in resources. Can you just run a CH and check for any felony convictions, please?
Stand for.
I already saw this last night, so I don't want to bore you with some stuff that's boring. We just don't need to watch it.
What's up, buddy?
So we're running a CH on him right now. I'm not seeing any felony
We're running a CH on him. I'm not seeing any felonies.
convictions in Wisconsin, but he's got a vest on. He's just being wildly uncooperative.
He's being wild. Wild is I don't like cops. I don't want to get out of the car for cops. And that's wild? Since when? Why is that wild?
Pulled him over for 109.
He doesn't want to roll down the window for cops.
Yeah, and then he was being wildly uncooperative.
And then listen what he says when he says he's going 109. The other cop says Jesus is what he says.
I pulled him over for 109.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then he was stopped partially in traffic. I'm like, just move over. And he rolled the window down like maybe a half inch, just enough to slide the ID out.
Do you have any weapons on him or anything?
I couldn't see. He's got a backpack sitting in the front passenger seat, and he got all kinds of argumentative saying, like, you don't fucking smell anything. You don't smell no weed, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, doesn't matter. Roll the window down. And he wasn't having it. So.
And how come you think that is? Why do you think people don't want to roll the window down or get out of the car for cops? There's a hint on the thumbnail. Because they grab you and they attack you and they put you in torture cuffs. I don't want to roll my window down for you. I don't trust you. Video after video after video has shown us that if I roll my window down, you might grab me or reach in and open my door and then grab me. And then I'm subjected to whatever tyranny you want to put on me. And it's all justified because of Terry versus Ohio.
He said it was a rental. Didn't have, like, he had a card.
He had a card with his name on it and Hertz on it and the dates he had the rental from and when it ended. Don't act like you didn't see anything legitimate. You did.
From Hertz, I believe is what it was, but he wasn't going to slide it out.
And why do you think that is?
Where's he going?
He didn't say.
You didn't ask him.
353 is the citizen.
He lives in Oshkosh. He's going the right direction.
On?
What's that?
Or he just has his foot on the brakes right now?
Yeah.
He lives in Oshkosh and he's going the right direction, heading back toward Oshkosh. Well, what if he was going the other way? And then he's going the wrong direction? He's not allowed to travel in this country. He has to go according to wherever his ID says he lives. He has to be heading that way.
So,
There's so many telling things in this video, which is why I'm showing it.
Are you going to pull him out or?
probably just to keep an eye on him at the very least at this point.
Probably just to keep an eye on him at the very least at this point. You pulled him over. He didn't need you to keep an eye on him before you pulled him over. He doesn't need you to keep an eye on him when you pulled him over. He doesn't need you at all. You're like asshole B. I don't need asshole B when I have asshole A. You are unneeded, unnecessary, and unwanted.
It's like I don't want him reaching around in there, but I mean, like,
He's got to roll his window down and talk to you too.
yeah, I know that's part of it. So
I mean, up to you if you want to go halfway through the distance or even in the car.
talk to him.
Did you just hear what that pig said? Listen carefully. What happens to you when you get out of the car? You get put in torture cuffs. Put it in the comment section. When you get out of the car, you get put in torture cuffs. It's just that simple. And listen to what this other pig says. And this is the more sensible of the two pigs.
I mean, up to you if you want to go halfway through the distance or even in the car.
It makes no sense to leave him in the car. According to who? According to what world? We want nothing to do with you guys. We want no interaction with you at all. If you got to write me a ticket, do it. And leave me the flock alone.
Talk to him at least just to figure out why he's all.
And that dumb pig leaves his car 40 yards behind the other car. Why doesn't he pull it up?
Most of his prior convictions I saw in CCAP were all like DCs and stuff. So
I don't know what DCs are. He said the only thing he has is DCs on his record, which I don't know what that means.
just it. He's got anger management issues.
He has anger management issues because he doesn't like cops. I'm not angry. I'm a very loving, good person. I love to play with my dog. I love children. I love women. I love my, if I had a girlfriend, I would love my girlfriend. I love my family. I don't have anger issues. I don't like cops. And when I get around them, I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. You are the fear, the terror, the darkness, the evil in this country. I want nothing to do with you.
All right. Step out of the car for a second. So I'm going to talk to you back here, all right? It's either that or you got to roll the window down, man.
That's all I did.
Okay.
You give me my ticket for speeding and let me go home so I can get some sleep. I am tired.
You're amplifying this needlessly, though. It doesn't have to be like this. Well, I'm giving you a lawful directive to do that at this point. Huh? I know. Okay. Well, you still need to provide liability insurance, all right? And that's part of the, process of renting a vehicle.
This is another car. I got insurance on this car. I swear to God, I paid $3 extra on this car.
Okay.
With insurance on it.
Okay. Okay.
Did I just go home and see my kids?
Why were you driving that fast?
Oh, whoa. Be careful. It's not so much that I'm telling you to have respect for these pigs. I'm not. I'm telling you, don't be grabbing bags and ripping them around and putting your hands down in those bags. These guys are not going to murder him. But if you got a Derek Chauvin who pulled you over.
Why are you driving so fast?
Follow phobias. This is my horror movie. It's on YouTube. Follow me. Instead of harassing me for a ticket. Okay, if I was speeding, just give me my ticket. I know I wasn't speeding. I'll take you to court. I'll give you a motion to discover, a motion of inquiry.
Okay.
Did you change the batteries on that speedometer before you gave me that? No, you didn't. And I know you did it. So it's not gonna hold up in court.
What are you talking about?
Did you change the battery? Did you change the clutch on the speedometer? On your speedometer, did you change the clutch?
My speedometer has nothing to do with how I calculated your speed. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle.
With a speedometer, right?
Step out of the car.
Why?
Now.
He tried to open his door. What do you think happens if he gets out of that car? It's a fair question. What's going to happen to him if he gets out of the car? I think we all know what will happen to him. He will immediately be put in torture cuffs. He might be put in the back of the car and strapped into the cage in the back of the pig shack mobile. They might assault him. They might hit him. They might taser him. They might kick him. They might punch him. They might fear for their lives and shoot him. He gets out and he's herky-jerky, moving around because he's free and he doesn't want to be subjected to this tyranny. If he gets out of the car, what happens to him? You guys tell me in the comments. Just let me know what will happen to him. If that cop had opened his door, what would have been the first thing that happened to him?
Why?
Because I'm going to talk to you back here, all right? Related your speed. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle.
With a speedometer, right?
Step out of the car.
Why?
Now.
Why?
Because I'm going to talk to you back here, all right? I'm not playing this game. Step out of the vehicle. Get out of the car, man.
Oh, my Lord.
You got to get out of the car. It's not illegal. You got to step out of the car. The sooner you step out of this car, the sooner we can get on with our way, all right?
Get out for what? So you can torture him. Torture cuffs are always torture. If he gets out of the car, he's going to be put in torture cuffs.
Your conduct is dictating how this traffic stop is going right now.
His conduct? You mean the history of how cops have treated us for decades and decades and decades? But it's his conduct?
Sell drugs. I don't do drugs. My drugs is horror shit. My drugs making a cartoon. Leave me alone, sir. I'm looking you dead in your eyes. Leave me alone, Mr. Bryant.
Get out of the car.
So, in case you guys don't know, Pennsylvania versus Mims is an extension of Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, there is no Pennsylvania versus Mims. Without Pennsylvania versus Mims, the cop can't order you out of the car in the name of his safety. But does the cop look like he's afraid for his safety? No, he doesn't. The cop wants to take dominion over another free American. He wants to put him in torture cuffs and control him and be in charge of his bodily functionality. He wants to have total dominion over this man. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. But just remember, without Terry versus Ohio, we don't have Pennsylvania versus Mims.
Yeah, you're driving 109 miles an hour on the interstate today. That's how this works.
Give me my ticket so I can go. That's last y'all bullying me. Y'all just wasting my time bullying by bullying.
Okay.
You don't want to do that. You don't want me to put you on live and show you how stupid y'all sound.
Okay, so you may not agree with him that he's not complying to this jackboot thug pig. The better questions, though, are, is this man a danger to society in his vehicle? No. Has this man hurt another person? No. Was this man called in as though he had left someone bleeding in the streets? No. Did the cop run this man's driver's license and find that he only had DC's driving citations? I think it's only DC's driving citations. That's all he has on his record. And Exposed Fully has it right. Pennsylvania versus Mims, a BS racist law based on Terry. I believe Pennsylvania versus Mims is going to be 1977. 1977? I always get 76 and 70 because South Dakota versus Opperman is 76. South Dakota versus Opperman allows the cops to impound your car and inventory it. They're not searching your car. They're inventorying it to secure your items for you. So I often confuse the year of Pennsylvania versus Mims with South Dakota versus Opperman. Pennsylvania versus Mims is based on racism. 100% based on racism. Got to get that Enter out of the car in 1975 when Harry Mims was pulled over by a white cop and had to get him out of the car. And when Harry Mims had a gun on him after he got him out of the car and he arrested him, then it was all justified. As soon as they get to the Supreme Court, that evil black guy, Harry Mims, he had a gun. That cop, good thing he made him get out of the car, because if he didn't, Harry Mims was going to become a rampage shooter. Why can't you have a gun in the car? How come you can't? Why can't you have a firearm or a weapon in your car? Why can't you? And still not want to kill cops? Is that a rational thought, that you want to have a firearm or a weapon in your car and you still don't want to kill cops? Whoa. You mean I could have a gun on my side, be pulled over by the cops, and I don't want to kill the cops? Yes, that's true. I carry a gun all the time. I got my gun right here. When do I want to kill a cop? If a cop comes around, then all of a sudden I want to kill him? No, I don't. I do not want to kill a cop today. I don't want to kill anybody ever. I never want to kill another human being ever. I have a gun so the humans can't kill me. But this man has body armor on, so he's a threat to the cop. They got to get him out of the car because he's a threat to the cop. Why is he a threat to the cop? Because they teach these pigs that we want to kill them, that they're in danger at all times, that the entire job is about their safety. But remember, Pennsylvania versus Mims, not only a racist law, it could not exist without Terry versus Ohio. It wouldn't even be a thing. We wouldn't be talking about right now.
You don't know because you called all of them. You called both of them like you had a problem with me. Like I flashed the gun or something. Right.
He's treating him as though he's done something horrifically wrong.
You don't want to do that. because you called all of them. You called both of them like you had a problem with me. Like
Just grumpy.
Like I flashed a gun or something. Come on, man. I'm hot. I'm bored.
I can't tell.
Wyatt's got it right. He just see what Wyatt just put right there. Yep, cop can ask you out of the car, and it's perfectly legal, and you can't sue. And why is that? Because of Terry versus Ohio.
What do you have in the back?
I have lights, equipment.
Okay.
I just told you I was filming.
Okay. Why are you blowing this out of proportion, then?
Why is you blowing a fucking ticket out of proportion? Why is that? Because I'm black?
No, it's because you didn't roll the window down and you stopped partially in traffic, and you failed to yield to an emergency vehicle by stopping on the median shoulder.
Emergency. Okay, well, check this out.
You stopped in traffic.
He did not stop in traffic. He pulled to the left of the road. Maybe he doesn't know the proper protocols. Maybe he didn't know the proper procedure. And then when you asked him to go to the left a little further, he did. He complied with what you asked, and he didn't drive off.
Only time you're supposed to have them damn lights on is if
You're always supposed to yield to the right.
You are supposed to yield to the right, but he made a mistake.
You're always supposed to yield to the right.
Did I hit anybody when I was going to speed limit? No, I wasn't. Did I run a red light? No, I didn't. So why the fuck is you fucking with me? Just give me my ticket. No, I didn't. So why the fuck?
Look at the character that dude is. If he walked up to me to give me a ticket, I would probably just laugh. I'd go, dude, you look like such a character. You're like something out of World Police or something out of The Simpsons. He looks like just such a clown. I mean, did he grow that cop stash just so he could be a cop? Or did he grow the stash after he became a pig?
Just give me my ticket. I'm gonna fight and let's move on. I ain't got nothing to hide. Do I look nervous?
I'm not saying you have anything to hide. I'm just asking why you're behaving like this.
I told you all the things like this. I had 12 tickets in 1 year. I can't. Lucky I got that. So stop playing. I know this. Ask Oscars. Call up Oscars.
Just got his foot on it. It's not in drive. It's in park.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to flee. He doesn't want to fight. He just wants to go home to his kids. He already said it. Listen to what the pig says to the other pig.
It's not in drive. It's in park.
Of course, because he's not going to flee the stop. Give him his ticket and let him go home. The whole stop is extended for so long because you keep on insisting he gets out of the car. He gave you his license. You can give him a ticket for no insurance. You can give him a ticket for anything else. Just give him the tickets and let him go. Why do you have to get him out of the car? So you can torture him.
Huh? No, that's not how this works. You got to roll the window down, man.
Why does he have to roll the window down? He rolled it down to give you his driver's license. You have his information. The Hertz tag lined up with his name and the dates he rented the car. He's heading back to his house, going the same way where his house is. Why does he have to get out of the car? Why does he have to roll the window down? So the pigs can attack him. Am I wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm correct.
Yeah, you do.
Where's my warrant?
Huh?
Where's my warrant?
What warrant?
What you mean? I have a warrant.
This is a lawful traffic stop. You don't get to dictate. You don't get to dictate how this goes. That's not how this works.
You're supposed to be here protecting, sir. Not here to harass me. You said I had a
This
ticket.
isn't
You
harassment.
said I was speeding, right?
Yeah, you were.
Why don't I have my speeding ticket? Why ain't you working on that? You working to get me out the car facility.
Yep.
You got sitting there, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, citing officer safety concerns at this point.
I'm trying to go home, go to sleep. I gotta do all types of shit. But you gonna get me a ticket, but you ain't gonna support me to help me pay for the ticket. You ain't gonna watch me. You ain't gonna watch my shit. Get out. Stop playing. You fucking man. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me go. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm gonna take it. I'm paying everything you try to do right now from your phone out in front of me.
Okay.
You gotta record it.
Yeah. $109.
You can't do that.
Yep.
If you ain't had no speedometer, then that shit's gonna get dropped.
It was with a laser.
I know y'all was going to call me a boy. That's why you
If you just want to watch them on that side.
Now check this out. This to me is so sick. He says, now this cop, he's going to try the good cop, bad cop thing here. And then this other cop, the original pig who pulls him over, now he's got to go stand in traffic. I mean, I thought everything was about public safety. Watch this cop have to walk and stand 1 foot from traffic going by at 60 miles an hour.
If you just want to watch them on that side.
I'll pass on that. Someone's texting, someone's playing on Snapchat, and then I'm dead. I'll pass on standing 1 foot from the yellow line of the freeway. Now, so the man in the car has now jumped on a call. I believe he's on a call right now, or he's streaming live on TikTok or on Instagram.
He's got a black vest on. Carrier. Yeah, he made a point of saying he's like, I'm not a felon. You can check. And I'm like, all right, well, I didn't see any felony convictions in Wisconsin, so.
Okay, so then just give him his ticket.
See him at all? I didn't see one.
No, there's no gun. Why are you so concerned about a gun? He doesn't want to shoot you. Even if you did see a gun, he still doesn't want to shoot you.
Do you have like a duty belt on or anything?
No, pig. Only you pigs wear duty belts.
Maybe like security insignia? No, he said he was filming a horror movie, I guess, but I don't know. He's got a couple decent convictions in Wisconsin, but nothing rising above this level.
He just said earlier, if you didn't hear it, he's been pulled over 12 times this year, is what he said. So we're at 21:30 here. I want to show you guys something, and this is pretty important. So I want to show it to you. So these cops, fortunately for this man, at 21 minutes and 30 seconds, they're pretty reasonable. We're going to come right back to this timestamp. But this is the guy named Geronimo Yanez. This is the guy who murdered Philando Castile. He shot him the second he said I have a gun in the car, and then he shot him. It was real quick. The jury found Jimeno not guilty of murdering Philando Castile. He murdered him in 2 seconds flat, and then stood there spazzing out. And the woman kept her calm, and she was like, "You got to calm down, man." I'm trying to find out what happened to him after this. Hired by Fort Worth Police Department. So he left Minnesota and went down to Texas, where they just love cop killing people. Following the recent high-profile resignation of Aaron Dean, the officer who shot and killed an unarmed black woman, Fort Worth police have decided to replace Dean with former St. Anthony's police officer Geronimo Yanez. You guys remember Aaron Dean shot that black woman when he walked up to her house, shot her through her own window, and she was sitting in her living room. He murdered her through her living room. Yanez, who was released from SAPD after he shot and killed Philando Castile in 2016, was considered a uniquely qualified candidate for the job in Texas. He has a history of engaging in racial profiling, and he's demonstrated a general distrust for those he's sworn to serve, and he's quick on the trigger, explained Fort Worth Police Department Commissioner Roy Williams. In short, he's a great fit for this police department. That is some sick shit. That is some sick shit right there. I can't believe that he said that. He has a history of engaging in racial profiling. He has demonstrated a general distrust for those he's sworn to serve, and he's quick on the trigger. Commissioner, in short, he's a great fit for this police department. We're lucky he accepted our offer, said Commissioner Williams. He has offers from Chicago, Sacramento, New York, Baltimore departments. He's very much in demand. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's sick. That's truly sick. That's truly sick. That's the sickest shit I think I've ever. Did you just read that? He has a history of engaging in racial profiling, and he's quick on the trigger. He's a perfect fit for this department. And he said that out loud. How fucking sick is that? How disgusting is that? We want to racially profile blacks in Fort Worth. Are there any black people here from Fort Worth? Do you know any black people in Fort Worth? How is Roy Williams a pig in Fort Worth? How is he commissioner of anything? I mean, I can't actually get to where I want to get to right now because my throat is so messed up. I cannot believe that we do. Someone just wants to know where that article came from. Let me post the link for that article. So this is the article here. It's by here you go. I'll put the link for this in the chat for this article. But hold on a second. I just got to take a minute and just kind of absorb that. There's the link. It's just so. I mean, I thought that had to be a parody too. How can you? I'm literally just steaming pissed right now. I can't believe he wrote that. I can't believe he made those statements. I can't believe he made those statements. I can't believe he said that out loud.
Yeah. Iran? Yeah, T-Y-R-A-N. Yeah. Drop down.
Why'd they leave the cars 40 yards behind his car? Why didn't they pull the cars up? Well, because they're pigs. Oh, okay. So it's a fake article. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I guess it's a fake article. Well, when I'm just doing a real quick search to try to find some information about where the murderer Geronimo is, and then that's a really good fake article because then it said he's in high demand in Sacramento and all those other places that they said he's in demand. So everybody, just so you know, Ron Moore actually took a look at it. Thanks, Ron, for getting us back. I don't want to spread any misinformation at all. So thank you, Ron, for setting me straight on that. It's a parody site. So what you just read was parody. Okay, it makes sense now.
He's talking himself under a GC charge, which I don't want to file because it's like
We've got obstructing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys want to call a supervisor or get our supervisor out here. It's up to you.
Or just give him a ticket, let him go. Just give him a ticket. You've ran his license. He has no felonies. He's not wanted. He has no warrants. He has no history of violence. Nothing. He's done nothing wrong. Nobody called and said he beat me up and he ran away. You could just give him a ticket. Could you imagine that?
I can call our supervisor, but she's
So do you see the patch right there? Let me clue you guys in on something real quick. All right. So let me show you something on that patch, okay? That patch says sheriff since 1848. 1848 is going to be 17 years before the Civil War. It'll be 17 years before the Civil War. And so in 1848, that was when cops literally were formed to be slave catchers. And let me give you a little validity behind that statement. In 1850 was the Fugitive Slave Act, when the North and the South were so divided that they called it Bleeding Kansas when it came in, because they said Kansas could be either a free state or a slave state. It's up to the people. And so what happened was John Brown went there and started slaughtering people who owned slaves. I'm not kidding. Like a serial killer, killed several families, entire families. Him and his sons went to Bleeding Kansas and they killed entire families. How many families they killed? Check the history books, but it's a few. They killed a few different families who were plantation owners that owned slaves. And so in 1848, when this patch was on right there, that was right before the Fugitive Slave Act was passed. And the Fugitive Slave Act, what it did is it empowered law enforcers to go up into the North and grab that fugitive slave and bring him back down to the plantation owner in the South. Now, a lot of times when a fugitive slave was turned over to the sheriff of 1848, the plantation owner told the sheriff, bring him back dead or alive. And so then when this sheriff with the 1848 patch would go up into the North, or a northern sheriff like this one right here up in, I think this is Wisconsin, when this pig right here would get a fugitive slave and he would get the paperwork on the fugitive slave, there would also be often a bounty attached to that fugitive slave. You would understand that this slave is wanted in Wisconsin where they are up here, and then the brand of violence that was legal and allowed was unlimited. The sheriff from 1848 could then beat, lynch, shoot, stick, gang assault. You could do anything you wanted to a slave. A slave was not a human being. It was less than a human being. It was subhuman. A black person in 1848 was still seen as subhuman. And the sheriffs up in Wisconsin could do anything they wanted to that person. to that human being who happened to have black skin. So when they wear this patch that says established in 1848, do you know what you're saying by wearing that patch? I'll bet you do. What you're saying is we are a racist, jackboot, thug, pig organization. That's what you're saying. You're saying that we were a part of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, that we went out and rounded up black people who just tried to get out of the South and come up to Wisconsin to be free. And instead of us respecting the fact that a free man was sitting in front of me, we then changed into the demon that we are. We morphed, and then we attacked that black person, beat them, lynched them, raped them. Anything was legal. Didn't matter what it was. The brand of violence that was allowed against blacks who would run away for freedom, that's the brand of violence that we now associate with being perfectly okay with cops. The brand of violence that cops put on us comes directly from slavery, that we allowed slave catchers, law enforcers right here, this guy, established in 1848, to attack, beat, destroy, maim, cut off their arms, cut off their legs, hang them by their neck until they're dead. And they still wear the patch proudly. Established in 1848. Do you know what the history is? You dumb pig, wearing that patch on your shoulder. Mine, established in 1619. Get the flock out of here, dirty pig.
Way up north, so
I'll just call Logan then.
all right.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. Why not just give him a ticket?
I can call our supervisor, but she's way up north, so
I'll just call Logan then.
all right. Started yelling at me about, like, he's like, I bet the speedometer battery isn't checked all of them. What does my speedometer have anything to do with anything?
It has to do with he doesn't believe you.
I'm not gonna have it.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Well, we're gonna wait for the supervisor. I appreciate you being decent. Well, we gotta wait for the supervisor. Okay. How far do you gotta go yet? I don't have your ID.
I have his
I
ID.
don't have your ID, bro.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere.
So this man here has some success building rapport. That's why I would like to see the rest of the body cam. I am God. We might want to take a look at getting this body cam. So if he's wearing a body cam, I would like to see what he said, because I can't see that point. I think that the owner of this video, which by the way, he's only got 261 subscribers. So I'm going to drop the link down in the chat real quick. Get over there and subscribe to this man's channel and let him know that I sent you. Here's the link right there. Only 650 views and 16 likes. And then I wrote down here, if you get out of the car, he'll attack you. So I watched this 13 hours ago. For sure, put you in torture cuffs right away. They can do whatever they want once you're out of the car, even if they're in the wrong. That's right. They know this and know many people will obey them and not take harassment to court when police are here to protect and serve. That's what he wrote back. And I said, I'm covering this video in 2 hours. Want to join me? People would like to hear from you. So get over here and subscribe to his channel. Let's get 100 likes on this video for the guy.
Really depends on the person. I see some pretty gruff people that are straight.
How is that safe for anybody pulling over on the side of the road? It's not safe. You should go to an exit.
I didn't get those. I thought that we had that big. go too fast. I'm going to send you on your way. Oh. Just have to test the wheel before and after the fact. I don't understand what you mean by changing. Yeah, we're trying to get you out of here, man. I'm really trying to help you out here. I think we're all kind of wasting our time.
I'd like to see his body camera footage. I wonder what this cost. I wonder what this cost ran tunes. I wonder what it cost him to get this body cam footage in Wisconsin.
It's fine. Part of our job is to deal with elements. Not a big deal.
So let me tell you my issue with this stop right here, just so everybody knows what my issue is. My issue with this stop is that Terry versus Ohio creates Pennsylvania versus Mims, which then allows the cop to order you out of the car lawfully. That's my problem. Without Terry versus Ohio, we don't have Pennsylvania versus Mims. If he runs your driver's license and everything comes back, the pigs even put notes in there that I'm suing over. And if the cops put a note on your account in the system, then that gives the cops special rights, which is totally wrong, which is what I'm suing them over. So the whole stop is predicated on Terry versus Ohio. Everything you're seeing here is based on Terry versus Ohio. Everything. Pull him over. He gave him the license, showed him that he had a rental car. From there, if you run his license and you run the computer, they put notes on the computer. There's no notes about him. There's no nothing. He's got a couple driving citations. Let him go. It's Terry. Why are they holding him there? Because of Terry versus Ohio, extended into Pennsylvania versus Mims. You're looking at it happen right in front of you.
I usually roll my window down.
You roll your window down because you're privileged. He's black. If he was white, it would be the same thing. If he was, we saw the white guy yesterday, didn't want to get out of the car. Black guy today didn't want to get out of the car.
I mean, it's pretty difficult with the highway there and all the traffic, but I hear what you're saying. I get it. Well, we don't want to go fast. That's why we stop people that are going that fast, because we don't want them to go. Okay. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
He said something in the cop, and this is why I want to get his body cam footage. So I am God. Is he in the chat? Are you in the chat? I am God. I think I saw you here earlier. Let's take a look at this. I am God. Let's see what this body cam footage would cost us to get. What would it cost? My nonprofit is done today, so I'm pretty excited about it. I'll announce it more tomorrow. But I wonder what he's saying. What's the conversation that they're having? What's he saying to him? But you heard his last words. He said, "I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel." Oh, there you are. Got you. I am God. I am God's a buddy of mine. So I'm sorry you feel that way. Feel what way? You're sorry I feel that way? Are you sure you're sorry I feel that way? Because you guys made me this way. I don't trust any of you. I think you're all evil. I think that if one attacks you, the rest will attack you. I know that to be a fact. You're sorry he feels that way? You mean you're sorry for the policies, procedures, and protocols that you agree to enforce arbitrarily on anybody you choose to? You're sorry he feels that way? What about the rest of us? We all feel that way.
Could have been a ticket.
Why can't it just be a ticket now?
Could have been a ticket.
Could have been a ticket. So you're planning on arresting him? Why not just give him the ticket then? How about that? Could you imagine you just give him a ticket and let him go home? He's got kids. He said he just wants to go home to his kids. Could have been. Is that foreshadowing that you're going to smash his windows and drag him out of the car and beat him?
I might issue his citations and just put him under his windshield wiper.
V Boyer said, I'm sorry that you're here at my vehicle. So I'm sorry that you're here. Only thing I'm sorry about is that you're in my life right now. And then this pig just said, I'm going to write citations and put him under the windshield wiper. Are you having a change of heart? You don't want to attack him and ruin his life? You don't want to bloody his face and torture him so he goes home to his kids beaten? That's really nice of you not to want to torture him. So I guess because this cop didn't lose his composure, we're not past that already? I'm just so confused.
Yeah, it's in my car.
Yes, Joy, it amazes me too. I had a daydream last night. I know some of you guys are Trump supporters. I'm not a Trump supporter. I hate him. I'm not a Biden supporter. I hate him. I wouldn't vote for either one of them. So I've been pretty open about my political position. I agree with Joy. I can't believe people are still voting and thinking for Democrats and Republicans. Who gave the cops in Wisconsin the body cam footage that we have to buy it from them? The Democrats and Republicans. They did it together. My dream scenario I had last night, I had this daydream last night that the Supreme Court bars Trump from running, and then the whole country is going to go crazy. But then Robert Kennedy versus Joe Biden. I hate Biden. I hate him. He's a pedophile, criminal, piece of shit, sellout. He sold our country out to foreign nations. He's such a piece of shit. Biden is such crap. My dream scenario is that Trump gets kicked off the ballot by the Supreme Court, and then it's Biden versus Kennedy. And anybody here will vote for a Kennedy over Biden. Biden's a piece of shit. Squared.
I would have invited my supervisor down, but she's like 2 hours away.
It won't do any good for us. It won't get through the Senate. It never does. No president has ever been impeached. No Supreme Court personnel has ever been impeached.
The CCW.
He's got a gun on him too.
That's all right. Yeah, I figured.
But I don't know how much further. You know what I mean? I was able to stick my nose in there. I don't know how much further.
So he has a concealed carry, and there was a reason why earlier I didn't tell you guys. The reason I showed you earlier, Geronimo Yanez, who murdered Philando Castile in Minnesota on the side of the road. Philando was murdered the moment he told the cops he had a gun. He killed him within a couple seconds. And so this man here, he has a gun. He has a CCW license. He gave it to that other pig. And so now that that's established, now I can talk about what I really wanted to talk about. There was a reason why I showed you Philando and Geronimo. This guy here learned from watching Philando get killed that if he says that he has a gun, that he might get killed immediately. That if he gets out of the car and he has a gun, they're going to attack him, take away his gun, put him in torture cuffs. So the guy in the car here, Rantoons, whatever the name of the gentleman is, he knows that if he tells him he has a gun, if he gets out and he has a gun, then what could happen to him? What could happen to him? And there's proof of this. You know, there's proof of this. I appreciate you guys all supporting your candidates. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys being free enough to vote. A lot of people on YouTube are so misinformed. They'll run around telling you voting doesn't matter. Voting sets the Supreme Court. Who the president is decides who's on the Supreme Court. That really matters. That really matters. So voting really, really matters. You guys are welcome to support Trump or Biden or Robert Kennedy Jr. Support who you want. I support you. Please support me when I run for governor as an independent. I will not run as a Republican or a Democrat.
You know what I mean? I was able to stick my nose in there decently, and I didn't smell anything. And
I'm good with that, friend.
yeah,
What I'm probably going to end up doing is just hammering him.
I want to show you this right here too. Now listen carefully. So a couple tells here. This was the biggest part of the video, 31 minutes. This is when the video really breaks down and opens up. So first of all, he has a gun. He has a concealed carry. He's wearing a bulletproof vest and he has a concealed carry. So he's concerned about his own safety. When the cops came up, he didn't start shooting. And now listen to the second part of this. How come he doesn't want to roll the window down?
he's got a gun on him too.
That's all right. Yeah, I figured.
But I don't know how much further.
But he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to shoot us. Doesn't want to have a shootout with us. That's kind of what he's saying there. And now listen to what he says right here. Listen very carefully.
You know what I mean? I was able to stick my nose in there decently, and I didn't smell anything. And
he was able to stick his nose in there decently. So when the gentleman cracked his window, this pig stuck his nose in there to see if he could smell something. So maybe he could drag him out of the car and torture cuff him.
I'm good with that, friend.
yeah, I was able to stick my nose in there decently, and I didn't smell anything. And
I'm good with that, friend.
yeah,
What I'm probably going to end up doing is just hammering him just with a bunch of tickets
yeah.
and just, you know, like,
What do you do? Yeah, I mean,
like, it's either that or haul him off for resisting obstructing. I'm not about to do that. Like,
especially when
that's
he's
just,
got a gun and body armor on. Like,
Yep.
do you really want to push it?
no.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
say, like, I mean, do whatever we want, but I agree with that. I say,
Do whatever we want.
No,
yeah,
I'm
I
not.
say, like, I mean, do whatever we want, but
Do whatever we want. But
I agree with that. I say we kick him loose at his tickets and.
It's either that or haul him off for resisting obstructing. I'm not about to do that.
you're not about to do that. Haul him off for resisting and obstructing. He's done nothing wrong. He doesn't want to. It just all they cared about was to be able to get the window down, to smell inside of there, to see if there's a smell that they can arrest him for. If there's no smell that they can arrest him for, well then, okay. And then he says, I'm not about to haul him off for resisting and obstructing. He didn't resist. He didn't obstruct. He gave you his license. He showed you the Hertz registration. He did not resist. He did not obstruct. He just didn't want to roll the window down because you're trying to find a reason to arrest him. And he didn't want to get out of the car because Philando Castile had been murdered by Geronimo for just saying he had a gun, just saying he had it. He got murdered. And then the jury found Geronimo not guilty of murder, and Philando Castile's dead. His kids are orphaned. And to them, we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want, but what? For the love of God, man, the system has to be changed. Only a governor can change it in each state.
Especially when he's got a gun and body armor on, like, do you really want to push it?
No.
Yeah, I say, like, I mean, do whatever we want, but I agree with that. I say we kick him loose with his tickets and do it another day, because, I mean, like I said, I stick my nose in there pretty good, and I wasn't able to smell anything. And he was rolling the heat pretty good, and I got a pretty good, like, waft. And so.
Once again, they're talking about, they were seeing if they could smell something. And this goes back to your trifold special that I'm running today. You guys have to let me know in the notes now. Do you want another trifold if you buy one, or do you want a cop card? Do you want me to send you the cop cards with your trifold order, or do you want a trifold? Put it right in the notes when you buy a trifold. But here's the thing. Right here on the trifold, on number 5 on the trifold, it says, and I ran this case over the other day again. YouTube deleted the video from my channel. Do you guys remember last week when I covered the holding? Which state was that? Where the Supreme Court of which state was that? Can someone refresh me? Which state was it? YouTube deleted my video. They deleted the entire video off of my channel. Did you know that? So number 5 right there, cop says he smells something. I can't even say the word. I'm not allowed to say the word. If I do, my video will be demonetized and they might delete it. They deleted the whole video. Odor is not probable cause. In states where chemical is legally sold for medicinal or recreational purposes, law enforcement cannot use the scent of chemical as grounds to search or seizure. The mere presence of chemical odor does not automatically establish probable cause. It's important not to grant consent for a search or seizure solely based on an officer claiming to detect the smell of a chemical. It's right here. So let's say, for example, that gentleman, that he got the window down, he got a good waft and said, oh, I think I smell something. You're not equipped to have that conversation. I don't think very many of us are. I'm not equipped to have the conversation and try to convince him with my words. The only thing that will convince the cop is when I say, I'm going to show the law on the trifold. I'm going to show you the law. Now, if you violate my rights and you illegally search or seizure my car based on my 4th Amendment right to illegal searches or seizures based purely on you saying that you smell something in my car, they legally smell. Do they legally sell medicinal chemical in Wisconsin? I think that they do. I'm pretty sure that they do. So then that means this would hold water. What was the Supreme Court case recently that they said the chemical smell is not probable cause? I just had it on my channel, but YouTube deleted it. They deleted it off my channel. The whole video, 3-hour stream, they just deleted the whole thing because I talked about Mary Jane the entire stream. And so they deleted my whole video. Just makes me so mad.
I mean, like I said, I stick my nose in there pretty good, and I wasn't able to smell anything. And he was rolling the heat pretty good, and I got a pretty good, like, waft. And so,
Full narrative report for a speeding ticket. Why not?
I'm just gonna go chat with them a little more, and then
I'll type my shit. See you guys.
I'll type my shit. So Rantoon, to give him credit, Rantoon's is totally legal. He does have insurance on the rental car. He said he spent an extra $30 a day, and he has a concealed carry license, and he's wearing a bulletproof vest, but he's totally legal. Everything he's done is legal.
Tyran handed over a CCW permit. Can you just verify that it's valid?
And so now that he showed him his CCW license, now they're going to see if the state said it's okay. why do you need a permission from the state to have a firearm? Let me ask you guys a question real quick. Do the criminals check in with the state? Is that what Adam Lanza did when he went to that preschool and he killed all those kids? Did he register with the state, or did he kill his mother and stuff her under a bed and then steal his mother's firearms? That's what he did. Adam Lanza did that. And then he went up to Sandy Hook and he killed 23 kindergartners, preschoolers. So the idea that you need to check on his CCW to make sure that he's legal, why does he have a CCW if he doesn't want to be legal? Let's say it's expired. Let's say he didn't renew it in time and it's 3 months old. Then is he a criminal now? I mean, look at what we've allowed them to do. And as you know, that CCW license he's holding in his hand is based on the racist 1911 Sullivan Act out of New York City that was written by Tim Sullivan, the governor. First originally an executive order and then signed into law by the legislators that 25,000 people in New York were allowed to get permits for handguns. Donald Trump Sr. was on that list. Donald Trump's great grandpa. He was on that list to get a firearm. But if you were a migrant or a black, you were not allowed to get a firearm in New York City. It was hey, we're going to pass this Sullivan Act where you have to have a permit to get your gun. Don't worry about it. It's not going to apply to you if your skin's this color right here. The same law that was written in 1911 is the same thing he's holding his card today in 2024. That's funny, Felicia. So now pigs are detectors, canines. He put his nose in there and he got a good waff. He really smelled it. Number 5 on the cop card. Cop says he smells. This case law only applies to states that sell medicinal
How's it going?
or recreational.
Fine. We're thinking there's really probably nothing criminally at issue here. He was just about, teetering on talking himself into a DC charge.
Oh, so is DC disorderly conduct? So was the DC driving citations or disorderly conduct? I still haven't determined it. But disorderly conduct is what? That you just don't want to agree with the pigs who are harassing you?
So at this point, I'm good with, pending the results of checking the validity of this, I'm good with just cutting him loose with a stack of citations and not hauling him off to jail. So
what do you got for him as far as
I stopped him for 109.
Damn, move it.
Then, when he stopped, his whole passenger side of his vehicle was still in the lane of traffic. I'm like, get up there. His window was rolled down like an inch. And I'm like, hey, man, you want to roll it all the way down and move over to the shoulder? I don't have to roll it down. I'm like, okay, well, you do have to move over to the shoulder. Okay. So he parks, and I'm like, all right, roll the window down. I'm not doing that. And he just slides out his driver's license. I'm like, go ahead.
But yeah, he's got a body armor and he says he's got a gun in there, but he's got his concealed carry. So
yeah, it's fun. It's valid.
I got a good enough smell with the slit that was open with because he turned the heat on. I got a good smell on that. I didn't smell anything, so I think we're good.
So just so you guys know, I just want to be fair to everybody so that you know, you won't be able to use the trifold for the smell in Wisconsin. Plenty of people in the chat have now told me that the chemical Mary is illegal in Wisconsin still, and it has to be legal either medicinally or recreationally for you to cite Commonwealth versus Barr from 2021. In Wisconsin, the smell of Mary may indeed be probable cause. I'm not sure what the legislation says. However, because it's still listed as a federal Schedule 1 narcotic from the federal government, then Wisconsin probably you would have to err on the side of believing that Wisconsin is following the federal law. And so You have to be really careful. Make sure that you only use number 5 on your trifold in states that have medicinal or recreational. You wouldn't want to use this in Wisconsin. Not this part, number 5, because the smell could be probable cause in Wisconsin. I'm not really sure. However, you still want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And I'm still of the belief until enough of us are willing to do it together, you have to have your license, registration, and proof of insurance on a laminated card ready to go. And your current registration, your current proof of insurance. You want to have everything ready to go, just like this. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously weird that he's got body armor because the normal average person doesn't roll around with it, but
Right.
not illegal though because he's not
Right.
a felon.
Right.
So, whatever. I don't know if
where's he going in such a hurry?
Oshkosh.
You know, going home. He's pretty calm now, but he was pretty like fired up for a while.
I'm with you all the way, Glenn.
I don't know if you want to talk to him at all. He wanted a supervisor out here, but
All right.
Mine is up north.
What's that?
Mine's up north. So sorry.
That's all right. No worries. I haven't talked to him if he wants to back with me or something, whatever.
Be the shoulder.
What's that?
Be the shoulder to cry on.
Oh, exactly. No, I guess don't go through that next time.
Yep.
he wasn't speeding though. That's good. Tyron.
Yes, you can use the trifold in Alabama. Yes, you can. There is timestamp here is going to be 36 minutes. We're at the 36-minute mark. I'm going to come right back here. Mary Jane is Mary Jane is only legal for registered patients. So that means while recreation is illegal, there's a medicinal chemical program that is legal after the governor signed Senate Bill 46. And so it's important to understand any state that has medicinal or recreational, Mary, then your trifold will work in that state. It's not probable cause to search your car. Now, Alabama, they may not, the most on point cases are already established. And I think there's a recent Supreme Court case. I just can't remember off the top of my head. I'll remember as we go on, but you can use it in Alabama and make sure that you do. Smell is not probable cause, and then you could get standing.
Well, I guess don't go through that next time.
Yep.
He wasn't speeding though. That's good. Tyron. It's pretty cold. Like, right when I got out here, I was like shivering.
Dude, it dropped down quick.
Yeah. But after standing out here, I think my body got used to it. I'm like, it's not so bad now. And he had the heat blasted, so I was getting like a nice
Yeah.
waft of heat coming out of his window. I'm like, oh. He said to check out his phobias page on Facebook or something, and he does a cartoon also on like YouTube or something that he was saying to check out. I don't know if
Lovely.
in your spare time check that out, but. Did he tell you that he had a gun on him?
Nope. I didn't ask, but
Yeah. I was like, I appreciate it. I know you said there's no weapons in here. He's like, oh, I got a weapon. I'm like, oh, thanks, man.
So
he's like, well, he kept asking when I stopped. He's like, "Where's my warrant?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, yeah, like I would like to know more.
Yeah, where is your warrant?
Yeah.
It's so tough because it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, like
Yep.
say we smash the window and pull them out. It's like, well, that doesn't look good, but also like you kind of need to listen to us.
Right.
It doesn't look good if you smash the window and pull them out. No, it looks like an absolute police state, prison state, death state. And why do we need to listen to you? Who are you, bro? I'm 100 times smarter than you are. I know far more about life than you do, and I need to listen to you? You're a dunce-cap pig who can't do anything else besides follow orders and hurt people. I'm a constitutional law scholar, and I need to listen to your dumb ass? Why do I need to listen to you? Because you went and got a badge and put it on? Eat my shorts, copper.
Yeah.
It's so tough because it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, like
Yep.
say we smash the window and pull them out. It's like, well, that doesn't look good, but also like you kind of need to listen to us.
Right.
So now is he just going to go down the road and think he can do whatever he wants? You know, it's like.
He might be fine now. He won't like.
What's up?
He won't like this. Whatever.
Does he have an Oshkosh address?
Yep.
Oh, he does. Where is it?
802 Jackson Street.
Oh, okay.
What's up with the rental? Did he tell you at all, or
About what?
what's up with the rental?
Yeah, he didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
He even said he won't like this. Then why do it?
What do you security business or what do you do? What do you do? Okay. Yeah. No, I always. Okay. Well, that's it. That's absolutely good. Start up on this stuff and knowing stuff. Because, you know, as a citizen, you know, it's, you should know that stuff. Okay. No, I get that kind of contradicting yourself there, right? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I got you. I hear you. All right, well, I got the trooper right here, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right. There's that for you. So you're being issued some citations today. First one's going to be for speed, 109 and a 70. Court
Did you hear how he says it? I mean, look at the character of a human being and listen to how he says this.
issued some citations today. All right. There's that for you.
So he gave him his license and gave him his CCW. And now listen to how, so you're getting some citations today. Like he's just so arrogant and pompous.
So you're being issued some citations today. First one's going to be for speed, 109 and a 70. Court date for that is printed at the top, December 21st, 9 a.m.
We're going to postpone it to after Christmas. You gonna see me
Okay.
in January,
Okay. Yep.
What? January, February. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
What's up?
Sure. No problem. The next one is going to be for operating a motor vehicle without proof of insurance. Okay. Okay. Next one is
He paid for the insurance. He said, I paid for the insurance for the rental car.
just a written warning for failure to yield to an emergency vehicle because you stopped on the median shoulder partially in traffic.
Wait, what?
It's a written warning. Yeah. Yeah. You stopped on the wrong side of the road.
Honestly, it's a warning.
It's a
It
warning.
doesn't go on your record or anything.
Yep.
So it's
Give me a ticket for it.
Huh? It's a warning. Why am I doing it? Because it's an educational aspect.
It's an educational aspect. Is that what he just said? You're educating me by giving me a warning ticket that I'm supposed to pull off to the right instead of the left. You could just tell me, hey, you're supposed to turn off to the right, not turn off to the left. So ridiculously stupid.
This is the speeding. That's a citation. Speed and the insurance one. Okay. So $515.50 for the speed and then $10 for the insurance. Yeah, you were going over 35 over the posted speed limit.
Yeah, now look, y'all, look how he talking now. He was all talking that shit all now, trying to get in my car. Now, just
Well, that's the thing. You might want to research Pennsylvania v. Mims next time you have an encounter like this. That's the thing. You might want to research Pennsylvania v. Mims next time you have an encounter like this. That's the thing. You might want to research Pennsylvania v. Mims next time you have an encounter like this.
Where does Pennsylvania versus Mims come from? Pennsylvania versus Mims is only possible because of why? You have to get out of the car for why? How come? Question mark. Because of Terry versus Ohio for officer safety. Do any of those cops seem scared? So they wanted to drag him out of the car to torture him.
Well, that's the thing. You might want to research Pennsylvania v. Mims next time you have an encounter like this. Tell you what, you're being issued citations because you're not being hauled off to jail.
Oh, thanks so much, man. Thanks so much for not dragging me off to jail for a simple speeding citation. Thank God for you, man. You're such a good person that you're not dragging me off jail. You know, maybe God will forgive you for all the horrible shit you did to thousands of other people. I don't think so.
Do you have any questions or concerns about any of this? All right. I'm going to remain parked behind you with my lights on until you're back in the roadway. Get help. Go seek some therapy.
Go seek some therapy.
Behind you with my lights on until you're back in the roadway. Get help. Go seek some therapy.
Why? Because I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hate to interrupt here as we finish this video up, but he needs to get therapy. Because put a 1 in the chat if you should never trust a cop. Put a 1 in the chat if you should never trust a cop who's pulling you over. You should never trust him. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel that way. Let me put my 1 in here. I can't trust them. They're evil. And so because he is defiant and rightfully indignant, he's been pulled over 12 times this year, he said, then he needs therapy? No, bro. A demon came to his door. You're the darkness. You're the evil. You're the villain. You're the terror. You're the tyranny. You are what we fear. So when fear comes to the door and he begins to act how he acts, it's because of you. He doesn't need therapy. He doesn't need therapy at all. I've watched his cartoons. We're going to check out a couple of his cartoons in a second. I've watched the cartoons he produces. He doesn't need therapy. He's actually pretty funny. He's a well-rounded guy. Do you create animated cartoons? No, you don't, Piggy, because you don't have any skills. You have to take a job being a parasite on the people. But he needs therapy because he doesn't trust you. Put a 1 in the chat if you do not trust police. I don't trust you. When you come up to my window, to me, my mortal enemy is at my window. I was carjacked. Did you know that? I was carjacked in 1999 in Fort Worth, Texas, a gun put to the side of my head. I was able to get away from them. If that had been a cop that pulled over and demanded this or that and put a gun to the side of my head, I wouldn't have been able to escape. So I was able to escape real carjackers, but if a cop puts a gun to the side of my head on the side of the road, I can't escape him. He's rightfully indignant. He doesn't need therapy. There's no therapy needed. Someone put a super chat in. I did not see it. Thank you. I'll go back and check. God bless you. Thank you.
I'm going to remain parked behind you with my lights on, so you're back in the roadway. Get help. Go seek some therapy.
So now a couple things here, and we're going to take a look at his cartoons here real fast. So let's see. So get over here and subscribe to this guy. He's got like 20 more people that came over. This is episode 39. And we're not going to watch a lot of this. I just want to show you a couple seconds of it.
Ransom. Step into the ransom. You can give it back to its rightful owner, man. Caleb, it better be out there with a mama and a daddy. No, man.
So he just is a creator. He's just creating stuff. I totally understand. He's doing the best he can with what he has. And this is what he created. And I'm very proud of him for doing that. He created something that other people get to watch and enjoy. He put his heart and soul into something. He didn't just sign up to be a pig. He didn't just sign up to get his pension. The other thing, the resignation loophole, we're going to get rid of that. I want to show you guys something. I know a lot of you guys put in here a few minutes ago. You guys were, some of you guys were supporting Trump. Some of you guys were supporting Biden, and that's fine. You guys can support who you want, but there's a reason why. Let me just show you one thing here. And this to me is, this is the reason why. I mean, I voted third party since 2009 after Obama droned to death 1 million people. And so after that, I lost all flavor for Democrats. I can't stand them. And so, but I saw this the other day and I wanted to share it with you guys.
I'm going to be more effective than anybody else who's running, and I don't want to say that in a vain way, but I can fix the agencies myself. I can get them, and
you can't dismantle an agency alone.
Dismantle it is not what I would do. So my first week in office, I'm going to go to Bethesda, the NIH, and I'm going to say we're going to find out what is causing the chronic disease epidemic. Why did asthma explode? Why did food allergies explode? Why did all those autoimmune diseases? We're going to do that science right now. And then we're going to do real science on all the vaccines. So we're going to look at unvaccinated and vaccinated cohorts. And we're going to look at the level of chronic disease in them. And then we're going to look at blue Gatorade, like you just brought up, and see if the people who drink red Gatorade are better off.
It's banned in Europe. This product is banned in Europe.
We're going to actually do the science on all these food products and all these other products that NIH will not do today because NIH operates at the bidding of the food industry.
Why are they going to listen to the president?
Well, because I'm their boss. I fire people. I know how to fix these agencies. When you sue these agencies, you get a PhD in how to unravel them. I know the individuals in a lot of these agencies. I've sued NIH, CDC, FDA, EPA, FCC. I just won in the Court of Appeals against the FCC for lying to the public about cell phone radiation. And, and the dangers of that. Right now, I'm representing 1,000 families in East Palestine, Ohio, whose lives were upended by the Norfolk Southern spill. And that's all because of agency capture at DOT. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fix them overnight.
You see why I'm going for this guy? I mean,
it seems like what you've been doing your whole life is it's a much easier mechanism to make these changes and make the world better than in the Oval Office. I just think that when you're the president, it's such a big cluster.
That's one of the reasons I think that I'm going to be more effective than anybody else who's running. And I don't want to say that in a vain way, but I can fix the agencies myself. I can get them, NIH.
You can't dismantle an agency alone.
Dismantle it is not.
You see, this is Dumpster Fire, before he started the cop sucking, how he wants to indemnify police. He had the right ideas. He had some of the right ideas. I mean, he's been sued for racism 7 times. So people who say he's not racist, he's been sued by his own employees 7 times, and he lost 7 times. So other than being a racist piece of shit and not knowing how to change the agencies, and then trying to kill Snowden and trying to kill Assange, who he said he was going to protect them and get rid of the deep state. So this is the reason why I'm voting for Robert Kennedy Jr. You guys are welcome to support whoever you want. Put who you want in office, and I'll put your comment up on screen. That's not what this team is about. We're going to change the policing industry. Robert Kennedy Jr., in my opinion, has the knowledge how to change the FDA, the Consumer Protection Agency, the National Institute for Health. Those things to me are more important, to make sure the WHO doesn't have policy over the United States, so they can set a policy at the WHO and then America has to follow it. Robert Kennedy Jr. has said that the Constitution is our rule of law. So this is the reason why I'm going to vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. And he's not going to be Trump's running mate. He's running against Trump, and he said that several times. So I also wouldn't vote for Biden. So, I hate them both. They're both frauds, and they're lying to you. And if you're gullible enough to continue to follow them, then I can't, you know what I mean? We saw what Trump did in office for 4 years. We've seen what Biden's done in office for 4 years. They both failed. They failed the people. They made it great for the elites. They didn't make it great for you and I. They just didn't. And that's just a simple fact. So, I mean, that's how I feel. You guys don't have to agree with me. You're welcome to support whoever you'd like, and that's fine. And I'll even put you on, I'll even put your comment up.
For a tag light, I gotta step out the car? No, take out my license. A tag light is nothing but a ticket, sir. A tag light is nothing but a ticket, sir.
Then step out.
Why am I have to step out?
I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle.
For what?
Do it now.
I fear for my safety. I fear for my safety. I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here. I fear for my safety. What am I stepping out for? And I don't give you my license.
We're in a public place, well lit.
I fear for my safety. No, I'm not stepping out. No, I'm not.
So how come he doesn't want to step out? And just so you know, the title of this vehicle, let me show you guys something. The title of this video is "Viral Video Shows Hamilton County Deputies Arresting Brother of Chattanooga City Councilwoman." So how come he doesn't want to get out of the car? I mean, why would you? I mean, if the police are there, then you're safe. You should be able to get out of the car, right?
I fear for my safety. No, I'm not stepping out. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. He pulled me over for a tag light. He pulled me over for a tag light. A tag light. That's what he just pulled me over for, y'all.
So let me ask you guys a question. Should the police be allowed to pull you over for a tag light? Should that be legal? Should you be able to be pulled over because your tag light's out? Is that a normal thing? It's normal in America. So maybe you should not. Later, Captain. Thank you. Trifolds are getting shipped out right now, 4/28. They'll be out before 5 p.m. at the post office. Hey, Jimmy. 1 second. So when I'm governor, I will change it. You cannot pull people over for registration, tag lights, or anything else. I'll change it all.
A tag light. I give him my license. I don't have my insurance paper. I told him run it. Now they want to put some spikes under my wheels. Like what? Like for what? What you putting spikes under my wheels for? Like for real, for real. What you putting spikes under my wheels for? Like for real? For real? He pulled me over for a tag light, y'all. A tag light. Why do I have to step out the vehicle?
Exactly. So okay. Tell me why, everybody. Put it in the comment section. How come he has to step out of the vehicle for a tag light? So he can torture him. He wants to attack this man.
He talking about busting my windows and everything. Why? Why? My sister and them need to get on here or something. Somebody tell me why I got to get out the car for a tag light. That's a ticket. License good, everything good. Why I got to get out the car? He won't even tell me why. He won't even tell me why.
He wants to get you out of the car so he can abuse you. He wants to get you out of the car so he can put you in torture cuffs.
Damn the county sheriff, he the one pulled me over. Then the other one was standing behind him. He come up all aggressive, telling me to get out. I asked him why. He can't even tell me why. Sus, he can't even tell me why. He can't even tell me why. I gave him a license and everything. He said he pulled me over for a tag light. A tag light. That's a ticket. There's no reason for me to get out the car. Well, I gotta get that. Look at all these police. Look. Look.
Step out.
Look.
Why does he need to step out for a tag light? Why is he being pulled over for a tag light? And what the pigs will say is that we catch criminals, we catch murderers and rapists by pulling people over for a tag light. Less than 1% of the time, 99% of everybody else is harassed and ticketed and fined and feed over a stupid tag light. The light that lights up your tag on your license plate light. It's just so ridiculously stupid.
Look. Look.
Step out.
Look. Look. What I'm getting out for? What I'm getting out for? Look. He got my license in my hand. They don't call all these polices up here. All of them. They don't call all of them up here.
Step out. Do it now.
What am I stepping out for?
Because we're asking you to step out.
He pulled me over for a tag light, sir.
Illegal.
He pulled me over for a tag light, sir. He pulled me over for a tag light. But then he pulled me over for a tag light.
Then you're going to jail.
I'm asking you, why do I have to step out?
You're legally detained, and I'm telling you to step out.
How am I legally detained? How?
Oh, yeah. You can't wait to get out for those guys. Listen to how they're treating you. Can't wait to get out for those guys. Kill the lights, will you? You can't wait to get out for them, right? Listen to what he says. Listen to how they talk to him.
You're legally detained, and I'm telling you to step out.
How am I legally detained?
These pigs don't understand. Every time we see it and hear it, those of us who haven't, those people who have not lost respect for these pigs, when they hear this jackboot thug pig mentality, how could you respect this?
I have to step out.
You're legally detained, and I'm telling you to step out.
How am I legally detained? How?
You're going to go to jail.
How am I legally detained, sir? They pulling on my doors and everything.
He's going to go to jail for not having a license plate light. And then because he doesn't get out of the car, now he's obstructing. Getting out of the car is for officer safety. Why are you standing right in front of the window if it's for officer safety? If you're so scared, why are you standing right in front of the window? Why won't you stand behind your own car if you're so afraid of him? Why does he have to get out? You want to torture him.
I ain't done nothing. I'm right here at the Cancun on Brandon Road by the Walgreens. I ain't did nothing.
You're making this a bigger deal than it has to be, all right?
How?
So right there, Basil just put it up there that Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, the 2001 case allows the police to arrest you for any infraction of the law, meaning he could be arrested for his license plate light being out.
How, sir? Okay, a traffic stop.
The moment those blue lights go on, you're detained. Okay?
How am I detained? For what? I haven't done nothing.
He pulled you over for a reason.
A traffic stop. He said my tag light was out.
So that's probably cause to pull you over.
Okay. And he run my license and everything. How am I detained?
That's what case law says, okay?
How?
Okay, he's asking you to step
How am I?
Who decided the case law? The racist Supreme Court in 1977 and 1968. That would have been the Warren Court both times. Both times the Warren Court gave the cops your rights. In 68 it was the Warren Court. In 76 it would have been the Burger Court.
I'm detained. I'm not making a bigger deal. How? How is that a bigger deal? Explain to me, sir.
Right. You should just give him a ticket for a license plate light and let him go. But you want to get him out of the car so you can torture him.
I am listening. I'm listening very well. That is a ticket. That is
Pennsylvania versus Mims, extended in Terry versus Ohio.
the ticket. What's a ticket? He pulled me over for the tag light, didn't he? That's just a ticket.
Case law says he has the right to ask you.
So I got to get out.
Because case law says so.
Why?
Now, do you understand when people say voting doesn't matter? I thought that it does matter because the person you vote in is going to pick the Supreme Court personnel. So it does matter, doesn't it? It really does. Case law says that you have to get out, but it's not legislated. In Pennsylvania, you don't have to get out for officer safety.
Judges have ruled that he has absolute right to get you out of the car. That is what case law says.
I don't believe that.
It's case law.
How?
You can Google it, man.
How?
Case law.
Is it okay if I sit here and Google it?
Google it, man. Do your
Can somebody Google that for me real quick? What he just said?
What's that? Pennsylvania versus Mims?
The new case law says you got to step out the car. Say I'm being detained, and he pulled me over for tag light. Oh no, him right there, the sheriff. Him right there. Him. He pulled me over.
That is what case law says.
That way he pulled me over for a tag light. That's
Correct.
a ticket.
Correct. It is a ticket. Or you can go to jail. That's
Over a tag light?
if you think of
I can go to jail over a tag light.
technically speaking, it's a courtesy to give you a citation. Technically speaking, it's a courtesy.
This,
It's
y'all
a
gotta be
courtesy.
kidding me.
I'm telling you, technically, it's a courtesy to give you a citation because it's a criminal offense, so he can take you to jail. But giving tickets or citations, excuse me, is a courtesy.
He's citing that Pennsylvania versus Mims makes any statute, code, or ordinance arrestable. Any infraction of the law is arrestable. So he's saying that giving you a citation is a courtesy instead of arresting you, because the Supreme Court in 2001, like Basil put on the comments, Atwater versus City of Lago Vista 2001, anything is arrestable. Absolutely anything.
What? Get out of here.
But you can Google it. Case law, Pennsylvania.
I got my sister Googling. She Googling it for me right now.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that a police officer can ask you to step out of the vehicle. You are detained from the moment those blue lights go on, and he can ask you to.
So the case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista decided in 2001. We can skip the bullshit. And then you go to the ideology, and this is why I don't vote for Republicans, because always they appoint conservatives, and then the conservatives continually give our rights to the police. Our Fourth Amendment was given to the police in this case, absolutely handed to them. And so what it says here, in a 5-4 opinion delivered by David Souter, I don't call them justices, the court held that the Fourth Amendment does not forbid a warrantless arrest of a minor criminal offense, such as a misdemeanor seatbelt violation, punishable by only a fine. If an officer has probable cause to believe that an individual has committed even a very minor criminal offense in his presence, he may, without violating the Fourth Amendment, arrest the offender, wrote Souter. Sandra Day O'Connor, dissenting opinion, argued the decisions neglects the Fourth Amendment's express command in the name of administrative ease, and thus cloaks the pointless indignity that Gail Atwater suffered at the mantle of reasonableness. But it says right here, if an officer has probable cause to believe that an individual has committed even a very minor offense in his presence, he may, without violating the Fourth Amendment, arrest the offender. Well, who's the offender? You are. You didn't get your registration in time. You didn't use the blinker. You crossed the road when the light was red. You shouldn't have crossed the road at that crosswalk. What do you crossed the road at the crosswalk, and that's now arrestable. Anything is arrestable. Absolutely anything is arrestable. And who decided that? The people who are supposed to defend and protect our civil liberties. Well, who does that the most? Conservatives. I'm not a liberal. You guys know that. I have a gun, build the wall, shut down immigration for 10 years. Those are not liberal principles. Liberals wouldn't have me. They'll kick me right out. Climate change, we have no effect on it. I think climate change is real. The global warming scam is to try to get you to do what they want you to do in the name of that the planet is melting. What 100 years ago, the planet was going to be in an ice block. And now 100 years later, now the planet is going to burn alive. Liberals wouldn't have me. But this is why I don't vote for Republicans. And I've never voted for Republicans. And this is the reason why. You're looking at it right there.
I got my sister Googling. She Googling it for me right now.
Says that police officer can ask you to step out of the vehicle. You are detained from the moment those blue lights go on, and he can ask you to step out of the vehicle. He's not saying he's going to search your car. That's different. He's asking you just to get out of the car.
Just to get out of the car.
That's what case law says.
But then, so hold on. But then you said I'm being detained. So that means if I get out of the car, he gonna try to put me in cuffs.
Right? He's not saying he's going to, but he can absolutely. Like I said, from the moment those blue lights go on, you are detained. Whether you're in handcuffs or not.
But why? What is the reason I'm being detained? Okay. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. What?
Whether you're in cuffs or not.
Whether you're in cuffs or not. I didn't hear it because the phone was ringing. What did he say? Excuse me, that is. You're detained.
What?
Whether you're in cuffs or not.
Okay, so you can detain me whether I'm in cuffs or not. I can agree to that. Don't put me in torture cuffs. Who the hell are you to put me in torture cuffs?
No, I can't believe that.
Yeah, your boy Trump wants to indemnify police, hold them harmless, give them full immunity. We can't even sue them anymore.
A tag light.
Oh yeah. So Nunya Business just put a really valid comment in here. Nunya Business just put, I never realized how unfree we were until I visited a third world country. That's pretty sad. As you guys know, I'm half Colombian. I went to Colombia in November of 2022. You can walk around Colombia. You can do anything you want in Colombia. The cops don't mess with you at all. As a matter of fact, if you are white and you go to Colombia, if you go to Medellin, where Pablo Escobar was raised, they have a militarized police in Medellin, Colombia. You can go out to the bar and get schnockered and walk home at 3 o'clock in the morning. And when you see the military on the side of the road, they're there to protect you. American dollars are the #1 income for the people of Medellin. The military police are there to protect you and make sure you get back to your hotel in Colombia. What the hell's going on? Nunya Business said, I never realized how unfree we were until I went to visit a third world country. Colombia is a third world country because it's such a politically broken country. But they have their shoes on the left foot and the shoes on the right foot. Here in America, you got the left shoe on the right and the right shoe on the left. The military police in Medellin, when you walk home from the bar and you're schnobberknocked, they'll make sure you get to your hotel because they need your American tourist dollar. And here in America, the way they get your dollar is by arresting you, impounding your car, dragging you off to a dungeon, and stealing your money. You see the difference? A third world country like Colombia, they value you and your dollar. Here, they want to get your dollar by arresting you.
I mean, so you mean tell my tag like I got to get out the car? That's very new to me. That's very new to me.
If he gets out of the car, they'll put him in cuffs immediately. Why are they back there talking on the phone? Why can't they just give him a ticket for the tag light? It's dumbfounding, isn't it?
Put the spike strips and everything in front of my truck. I ain't going nowhere. He just pulled me over for a tag light. Now you want to break my window.
All right, Coonrod.
Now you want to break my window.
So this is your final chance. You're gonna get out of the vehicle. I'm gonna bust your window open. You're gonna be taken out, and you will be under arrest.
So you telling me you finna hold on? You finna break my window?
You got to the count of 3.
You finna break my window? Hold on now. Hold up.
2.
Hold up, cause I can get. Hey man, for real? For real?
For real.
Y'all doing me like that? Y'all doing me like that?
They're tasing him. They're tasing him. They're jumping on his back. They're beating him. They're abusing him. They're putting their knees in his neck. They're putting their knees in his back. They're torturing him. Over a tag light. You got that right, Philadelphia. We are the third world. Now I know the phone is annoying, but the person calling on the phone, they love that guy. They care about that guy. And he's now on the ground with multiple cops with their knees in his back. And what's his crime? Why is he being tortured? Because he doesn't want to get out of the car? Why doesn't he want to get out of the car? He doesn't want to get out of the car because what's happening to him now? Had he gotten out of the car initially, the same thing would have happened to him. That's why he doesn't want to get out of the car. I don't see your comments, someone. I'm sorry, bro. I've only seen one of your comments.
We don't have those. So, yeah. I also didn't know someone got in front of it, but I ran and I saw all of you guys looking at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah, as soon as I heard pop, 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 pop.
And now they're all laughing, having a good time as they're torturing this guy. Paul got it right. That was their entire goal to begin with.
A lot of money. Shit, he's got a bunch of shit on here. Money in his wallet. What do you got? Yeah.
Why can't he have money in his wallet? And how come there's only 2 pigs searching his car? There's no third party to film that search so they could plant some chemicals.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks, guys.
Leave us alone while we do our planting.
You too, buddy. What's this shit? Hey, any of y'all ever seen one of these?
So this is what they wanted to do to begin with. They wanted to get in his car and search all through his car and find a reason to arrest him. They wanted to get him out of the car so that they could hurt him. They wanted to get him out of the car for officer safety? No, that's not the reason why. They did this so they could abuse him.
You ever seen one of those that's sealed? I don't know what's in it. Is it? Okay. Keep running.
They're searching all through his stuff. So you guys hear him searching the car, right? So here's the beef I have with this, okay? He gets ordered out of the car in the name of officer safety. He doesn't want to get out of the car for his safety. So he gets arrested and charged with crimes. And then they're searching all through his car. Why? Why are you searching all through his car? So this is called incident to arrest, and this is what else the Supreme Court has done. They've made it so that if you get arrested, they call it incident to arrest, and they're going to impound his car. And the 1976 case of South Dakota versus Opperman allows them to inventory your car. In other words, search your car without a warrant. But this was the goal the entire time. This is April. Where you been? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Danielle, glad you're here. I'm just so frustrated with this, listening to them search his car.
Do what? That's all I found so far here. Yeah. $7,000 in 2023.
Why can't he have $7,000? I mean, does anybody here ever have $7,000? Come on. Why can't he have money? They're stealing his money. Civil asset forfeiture. They're searching his car.
They didn't include drive stuff in it.
Yeah, you should drive stuff.
Negative, no EMS.
Send me those.
Dixon dropped the statistic. In the last 3 years, cops have stolen $65 billion worth of America's money and property using civil asset forfeiture or criminal asset forfeiture. Put a 1 in the chat. If $7,000 is a lot of money for you. $7,000 is a lot of money for me. $7,000 is a lot of money. What about his phone? I stopped watching it 10 minutes last night and I went to bed. After I saw his window get smashed, I stopped watching. Now they're going to tow his car and it's going to cost hundreds to get it out. You're welcome, Beer and Bones. You're so welcome, man. We don't stop.
It started slow. I started.
Oh, they found his camera. They found his camera. What? I mean, you guys might be watching this and be okay with it and think it's okay. But to me personally, watching them kidnap him, beat him, take his stuff, impound his car, take his phone, it's I don't know. I don't know why this is happening. Why is this happening? He had a license plate light out. This is happening because of Terry versus Ohio that creates Pennsylvania versus Mims, that then you're obstructing. You're doing a crime if you don't get out so they can torture you. This is all Terry versus Ohio. That's what you're looking at. This is all Terry. That's why the other day, I mean, look, it's just Terry versus Ohio is the problem in our country. There's no bigger problem we have right now on the street dealing with cops than Terry versus Ohio. If you're the passenger in the car, you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. What is the 1997 case of Maryland versus Wilson? What is the 2009 case of Arizona versus Johnson? Those are both extensions of Terry versus Ohio. And both of those cases say that if you're the passenger in the car, you have to get out of the car. When you're pulled over, when you're driving down the road, all passengers in the car are detained. What's that from? Terry versus Ohio. So that means if you're riding with me and I don't use my blinker and we get pulled over, you're detained. What'd you do? You were in a car that didn't have a blinker. You didn't have a license plate light. Everybody's detained. Why do I have to be detained? Because you're in the car. So now I have to get out of the car and you get to treat me like a POW of war? Throw me on the ground, stick your knees in my neck, stick your knees in my back? That's the reason why? No, I didn't. But the Civil Rights Lawyer is a great channel. I like the Civil Rights Lawyer. But once again, he could be lost in the zeitgeist of YouTubers saying qualified immunity, qualified immunity. It's not qualified immunity. It's Terry versus Ohio by 10,000 miles. Why did this guy get arrested? Because of Terry. Without Terry versus Ohio, he gets a license plate light ticket and he goes home. You don't have to get out of the car for the cop in the name of officer safety. And when was Pennsylvania versus Mims passed? In 1977. What was going on in the 1960s and the 1970s? Civil rights actions. It was a fever pitch. Cops were attacking blacks constantly. 1954, Brown versus Board of Education legally desegregates America, overturning the 1897 case of Plessy versus Ferguson. So there's 57 years of absolute tyranny from 1897 till 1954. 1954, Brown versus Board of Education overturns Plessy versus Ferguson, knocking out segregation. So America is no longer going to be segregated. Segregation doesn't end until the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Who holds up segregation? The cops. All across the country, the cops do it. So the cops are fighting blacks constantly. Who's on the Supreme Court? The greatest generation. People born in 1870, 1880, 1890. What do they believe? That blacks are the problem. That blacks cause police problems. That blacks are killing cops and the cops are all the good guys. All those white cops are good. I'm telling you the facts of history. So we've created a system based on racism that is now applied to all of us in 2024. William, what's going on? How you guys doing? Kelly, what's going on? Jennifer, how are you guys? Avery, what's going on, my friend? Chris, how are you? Daryl, Beer and Bones, always good to see you. Glenn, Brick, what's going on, my friend? Stacy, Butch the original. It's by far Terry versus Ohio is the biggest problem, along with Pennsylvania versus Mims. So Daryl right there, he's got the poster. I got 9 more posters in, you guys. I just got 9 more posters in. I won't have them in for long. People will buy them. But I just got the posters in right here, which teach the history of institutional racism in our country. Thanks, Daryl. I appreciate that. Terry versus Ohio is the biggest problem, along with Pennsylvania versus Mims. And on this poster, this is just where I laid out all the cases that I know. And if you study these historical figures and you study these cases, then you'll start to learn exactly what happened in our country and why we live in a total police state. And if you have the poster on your wall, people will gather around and talk about this forever. On the black strip right here is every president from George Washington all the way to Joe Biden. There's the prison industry right down here. You can barely see the lines behind me. And then you can see how the prison industry takes off. When does the prison industry take off? There's Terry versus Ohio right there. When does the prison industry take off? 1968. As soon as cops can walk up to you and say, I'm suspicious of you, right here. There's Terry. I need a stick or something so you can see it. There's Terry, and there's the prison industry take off like a rocket. There's the prison industry right down here. Terry versus Ohio is just north. You can see it. How come the prison industry did this? Because when a cop could walk up to someone and say, I'm suspicious of you, and search them and pat them down and throw them on the ground, look what happens to the prison industry. And then a bunch of laws are created around Terry. This guy that we just saw, he's heading to prison. He's heading to prison. Why is he heading to the jail? Why is he heading to the dungeon? Because Terry versus Ohio is extended in the 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims. That's the reason why he's going to jail right now. He has to get out of the car in the name of what? Officer safety, created in Terry versus Ohio. It puts officer safety over our rights. I just got 9 more of these posters in. So if you guys want a poster, hoodies are in. I got every size in right now. If you don't want, we don't stop hoodie, go get one off the store. They are available right now on deletelaws.com. My special today is if you get a printed trifold, you have to write in the notes, do you want an extra trifold or do you want a pair of cop cards for free? You guys let me know. Listen, I'm actually going to go lay down right now. I feel like dog poo. And watching these videos made me mad, made me absolutely angry beyond the pale. I'm so frustrated. Jungle is massive. Jim Nunya, let's go OTVO. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see. I have my hoodie. Love it. Me too, brother. Me too. I have every size of hoodie in except for small. I have every size of hoodie in except for small. Listen, Papa, where you at, man? There you are. Papa Rico, where you been, man? Someone was looking for you earlier. I got to get the flock out of here, you guys. I've been sick as a dog. Chevy, my friend, good to see you. Dan Hanlon, what's going on? Greg, Mikey, Bruce, how are you guys doing? Soy Leal, Jungle is massive. What's the matter, you? Thank you, Grateful Dabs. I didn't see that come through, but thank you. I appreciate it. Chris Alderson, what's going on, my friend? Brick, Felicia was in here earlier. I saw her. I saw April. I saw American Black Holocaust survivor. I saw Wanda Mees. I saw James in here today. There's Felicia right there. Nice to see you, Felicia. Thank you for coming. I super appreciate it. I saw my Carl, New York NY Care Facts. Absolutely. I saw April in here. Chris Alderson. Listen, I've got to get the flock out of here. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. I will run for governor and I will win. And I'll change it from the top down. Remember, I'm only 49 years old. I got 30 years left. And I'm not going to stop because we don't stop. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you write in the notes what you want. Do you want an extra trifold or do you want a pair of cop cards? Let me know, okay? I'll see you on the next one. Later.